What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for our Tottenham update. We're going to go into the last 24 hours of Tottenham news, starting off with an update regarding the number 6 position from Alistair Golden. He says that Tottenham will look to improve their options in the number 6 role to see if there are any potential upgrades available in the upcoming summer transfer window, which is, not really unexpected with the likes of Højbjerg going to be leaving the club in the summer. It does kind of think where that does leave Bissouma, because he has been more or less the starting midfielder in the number 6 role. But I guess we do need options there.
It is a bit of a sad state of affairs, though, isn't it? The fact that is one of the positions we're talking about upgrading on, considering how, if I would have told you that after 10 games of the season, you'd have been like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, we don't need an upgrade there. Bissouma's, class. But the reality is, he hasn't been class since those first 10 games. So that is a shame that we're now near the end of the season and we're already talking about, do we look for an upgrade in that position? That is a shame. But I also think we could do with a number 6 with different qualities to Bissouma. Someone who's a bit better on the ball in terms of his passing ability. Someone who's got more of a range of passes. And maybe someone who doesn't make as many mistakes, I guess. So I think at this stage, as hard as it is to say, maybe he is upgradable. But as you say, with Højbjerg leaving, we need a number 6 anyway, just for competition. So it makes sense.
And I think there's a lot of players of high talent in that position around Europe, even in the Premier League, that I think are gettable. Depends what kind of price that we're going to be looking at. But I'm looking just in the Premier League. You're looking at João Palhinha. Do we want to push the button on him? He's like in late 20s, 27, 28 years old. Do we want to spend big money on him? Probably not. You're looking at João Gomez of Wolves that can play in various amounts of positions in the midfield. And the one I'm looking at very keenly is Amadou Onana from Everton. I think he would be a great player for us in that midfield.
I do, but the player from Onana's point of view, I don't know if he has that passing range that I think we want in a new number 6. I think we want a number 6 who's a volume passer, can dictate the pace of a game. I reckon that's what we're looking for. And I think that's something that Bissouma struggles with sometimes. And I don't know. That's what I think anyway. But the players we mentioned are very, very good defensively. But in terms of on-the-ball ability, I think Palhinha can do it. I'm not sure about Gomez and Onana, though.
Anyone else from around Europe? Maybe a Zubamendi, someone like that?
I like Zubamendi a lot. I can't think off the top of my head right now who I'd want in that position. But I do think there's a lot of players who could be in the market for that. Yeah,
100%. But there is so much talent around Europe in that position at the moment, as opposed to like when you look at maybe the striker position. It's a weird one how these things goes in roundabouts. But let's talk about Alejo Véliz talking about striker positions. And Fabrizio Romano says that Tottenham are preparing a new loan with a different plan for Alejo Véliz for next season, as he's not playing at Sevilla. Spurs want guaranteed game time for Alejo next year. Discussions will follow in the upcoming months. So, I mean, we've spoken about this quite a few times, how frustrating this loan deal has been for us as well as fans, like wanting to see him play week in, week out. It was one of the key kind of terms, I thought, when we sent him out on loan to Sevilla, that he would get game time, but he's got little next to nothing, really.
And it seems to be a waste of time, and now we're back to square one. Whereas if he would have stayed at Tottenham for the 6 months, and at least he would have got more used to Ange's philosophy, developed more relationship with his teammates on the pitch potentially. And now we're sitting here. It looks like he's not going to play much from now to the end of the season. Hasn't had much game time at all, and hasn't helped him develop. He hasn't been given any game time. So it's pretty much been a waste of time. So it's been a bit of at this moment, if that's the case, it's been a bit of a disaster. And now we're going to be sitting at the end of the season thinking we need another loan deal, because that last loan deal was a complete waste of time and he hasn't developed at all. If he would have got 6 months under his belt at Sevilla and played regularly and maybe helped him develop with the view of maybe being part of the first team next season, that was probably the aim. But now he needs another loan deal because he hasn't developed.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. At least one good thing has come out of it, that he's become close friends with Eric Lamela. That's about the only positive that's come out of it.
No, it's worth it then. It was worth the money.
Next up, Sport Witness bring us an article regarding Albert Gudmunsson once again. Paratici is keen on Albert Gudmunsson and could be ready to make a move on behalf of Tottenham. Inter, on the other hand, can only sign him with a loan with an obligation to buy set at 30 million euros. Gudmunsson is valued at 30 to 35 million euros, and Spurs can offer 30 million plus the rest in bonuses to take it to 40 million euros. The former Juventus director seems intent on continuing to move in the shadows after his ban. Spurs chairman Daniel Levy has been pleased with Fabio's choice and hasn't completely pushed him away yet. It's good to see.
Well, look, Fabio's got a good track record in terms of when he's looking at players from Serie A, so I wouldn't completely dismiss it. Obviously, he's only in a advisory role at the moment.
So-called.
So I'm sure they're taking his suggestion seriously because of his track record. He clearly has an eye for talent. And when it comes to Gudmundsson, you're looking at an attacker who's doing good numbers at the moment in Serie A, who's available for quite a modest price compared to a lot of players who are in similar goal tallies around Europe. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one we're looking very, very seriously at. But it remains to be seen whether he's the one we push the button on.
Yeah, I would like to see him actually. Like, before I had my reservations and I saw him score that hat-trick for Iceland, and then I looked a bit more into him, and he's having a really good season. Can play in a various different amount of positions as well, something that Ange probably wants to see from his players. Good versatility and some good quality as well. So I think he's a one that Spurs should be seriously looking at. But again, in these kind of positions, there are a lot of players from around Europe as well that are doing really well at the moment. So it depends which way they want to go. But let's finish off talking about our star boy, Lucas Bergvall. The man is on fire and started the Swedish season on complete fire as well. Another game today against Gothenburg. He scored a goal, 36 out of 37 accurate passes, 1 chance created, 5 passes into the final third, 1 out of his 1 accurate long balls, 3 out of 3 tackles won, 8 ball recoveries, 10 out of 12 ground duels won, 2 out of 3 aerial duels won, and 3 fouls won. Man of the match performance from our Lucas Bergvall. Now let's go and have a look at a couple of the clips from the game today. I mean, this guy is just sensational. I think this was the goal. Header from a corner. Which didn't really associate with like Lucas Bergvall.
But he's quite tall, isn't he?
Yeah, it's true, he is.
He's over 6 foot, so maybe it shouldn't be so much of a surprise, but lovely. Didn't he score another header recently?
Yeah, he did.
So he's something maybe he has to his game as well, on top of like great technical ability. He seems to be quite a physical presence as well. Yeah,
which is really good to see, because that's something I didn't really know about him before seeing these clips. But look at this, the way he's making this league like his playground. Look at this turn.
And a pirouette. Look at that. Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Some of these clips that we've just seen from him, he looks like an outstanding talent, doesn't he?
And the kid is 18. And he's coming up against
see you later.
Full-grown men in this Swedish league, and he's making them all look like mugs.
Yeah, honestly, some of the skills. That goal he scored when he ran from the halfway line, it was just looks like he's playing against like teenagers.
He makes it look so effortless as well.
Yeah, this guy has got everyone excited, hasn't he? No surprise with some of those clips.
Very special boy. And there's a quote from Dejan Kulusevski on him as well, and he says, "I'll be there to support him if he needs help on the side. I've been there for a few years, and I know about football abroad. He is a great player, and it'll be fun to play with him. I'll be there for him, and I think it helps when someone has been there through it before. You have to go through periods where you don't play for a long time. It'll be good for him to have someone who really cares about him. You never know how big the step will be mentally, but the football is inside him." So, I mean, it's good to have Kulusevski on side, I guess.
For sure. And hopefully he'll help
Brother Decky.
Yeah, hopefully he'll help him settle in. I think it's important, these things. You've seen in our squad how, when new players come in, they need a lot of support of the teammates currently there to help them settle. Like sometimes if they're a Spanish speaker, it helps when you've got a lot of Spanish speakers helping settle in. The Argentinian contingent, how they've helped each other as well. So I'm sure with Bergvall coming in and he's his fellow countryman in Kulusevski being there, hopefully he can really help him settle down, and that would be great.
Yeah, there's actually one more clip I wanted to bring for you as well. Can you go, if you just refresh the likes, I've just liked it now on X. This is another one of our star boys, Luka Vuskovic, with one of the best assists you'll see of all time. If you just rewind that, you've got to get that pass in there.
Oh, what a beautiful
Look
pass
at this
back
pass.
to the keeper.
And the keeper, look at this goal, just bounces straight over the keeper's head.
Unbelievable.
That goal ain't happening without Vuskovic.
Paul Robinson-esque.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, Vuskovic is getting goals, getting goal contributions every week.
It's unbelievable. What, 2 goals and an assist already for Luka Vuskovic.
What an assist! What an assist for Vuskovic. What's better, that one or Vertonghen's?
Yeah, I was just about to ask you that, to be fair. I think that one just.
Yeah, fair play, Vuskovic.
And also Alfie Devine got sent off today for Plymouth in a, I think the game's still going, or it's just finished. But Plymouth were losing 1-0. Alfie Devine got 2 bookings and Ashley Phillips played for 90 minutes as well.
So it's been a mixed day for our loanees.
But we're here to give you the updates. Big up to Lucas Bergvall, big up to Luka Vuskovic, and also big up to Alfie Devine and Ashley Phillips as well. But unfortunately, Alfie Devine did get sent off. But that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all of those matters. Thank you for joining. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.